Today, we have two priests. Maybe it's because they're going to evaluate me, how am I going to do in my preaching. I don't know how to say joke, but at least something. At this beginning of today's gospel, Jesus firmly declares, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. And this declaration that he makes to us is for each of those who Jesus has called by name. It is for those who have decided to follow him no matter what the situation. The call that Jesus makes to his apostles and followers is to remain in him, to be attached to the true vine, so the sap from which true life flows, through which we are nourished and strengthened and willing to fulfill the mission that he has given us to one of us. Being attached to the vine means that there is an openness and willingness to allow oneself to be instructed. It is to be willing to allow oneself to be pruned by God and to allow the vine grower to prune those dry branches that can prevent new shoot from sprouting, which can bear the fruit expected by God. It is necessary for the followers of Jesus to go through this process if there is a real conviction in he or her heart to want to become like him. It is preferable to allow yourself to be trimmed, to remove those dry branches that are hindering the sap of God from entering and giving new life to that branch that is drying up. The process in our lives can be painful, but it becomes necessary for the branches to produce the fruit that really please God. The fruit of faith, the fruit of hope, charity, respect, compassion, reconciliation, and forgiveness to one another. Today, we also celebrate, as Father Roland mentioned at the beginning of Mass, the feast of our cancer shrine patron, St. Peregrine, who was one of those followers of Jesus whom allowed himself to be pruned by the vine grower, and even now, in our times, continues to bear fruit through his intercession of healing of many, both spiritually and physically. St. Peregrine Feast Day is May 1st. Father Roland wanted to us remember our shrine patron saint this Sunday, which is closest to the feast. Peregrine was born in Forlì, Italy, of an affluent family. In his youth, he was very violent and became involved in politics that reject the Pope. During a revolt, the Pope sent Saint Philip Benzini as a mediator. He was hit in his faith by Peregrine, and Philip turned the other cheek. Peregrine was impressed and repented, converting to Catholicism. Through visions, the Virgin told Peregrine to go to Siena and join the Order of the Serapis. There it was St. Philip Bezzini who received into this order the servants. Peregrine let God trim those dry branches so that he could bear fruit pleasing to God. Peregrine suffered from cancer in his foot, so that the doctor decided to amputate his foot. The night before the operation, Peregrine spent it in prayer. The next day, he was completely healed. By this miracle, his fame grew. It is the patron of the cancer patient, having himself been healed of that disease by Jesus. His body is preserved incorrupt in the Church of the Servants of Mary in Forlì, Italy. Let us ask Saint Peregrine to intercede before Jesus for each of us, that through his example, we may be able to remain united to the vine and thus be able to bear fruits of charity and service to our brothers and sisters.